Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the adventures of the most diabolical man in the galaxy. A voyage of such magnitude and hilarity that even years from its events, there are still those that can't even walk straight when remembering it. Our journey so far has been filled with all manner of Sith-flavored shenanigans.
If you're happy and you know a clap of death.
A fair few hair-raising surprises. A few misunderstandings.
I have some concerns that require your special talents.
Juggling?
What? No.
And of course, a whole host of cold as ice encounters.
Spare us.
With our hero Chad now a Sith Lord, God only knows what awaits us in this chapter, as we take the next step back into the wonderful world of Star Wars. A world that will never be the same again. Following his well-earned promotion last time around, Chad returns to his quarters to diligently reflect on his plans and connection to the Force, for around 34 seconds before heading out and celebrating by getting involved in all manner of debauchery, hitting the local pubs and clubs on a truly galactic bender, culminating in Chad unfortunately showcasing his personal dark side to most of the Tatooine inhabitants. Finally pulling himself together, Chad reports in with his master Lego Terminator, Darth Barris.
Ah, the latest Lord in the Emperor's arsenal returns.
Who has quite the update to share with our hero. Darth Barris, of course, has a master of his own, even higher in the Sith food chain on the Dark Council, a Sith named Darth Vengeance. And Vengeance has had enough of
petty skirmishes that tiptoe around the Treaty of Coruscant,
but looks to find a way to influence the Council to tear up a treaty protecting some of the galaxy's fringe systems, and to fuel the fire for an all-out war with the Republic. A devious plan beginning with a single target. One Republic general gone.
General Gon operates from the shadows, a phantom single-handedly preventing the fringe systems from falling to us.
If one man can thwart the Empire, how do we show our faces in public?
And with some of the faces you pull, Chad, I don't know. I just don't know. This general has up until this point been impossible to track down, but it turns out that our TP shoulder pad toting master here has tracked him down, meeting with some traitorous Imperial agents.
You will go there and you will kill him.
That sounds simple enough.
A meeting that Chad is all too happy to attend. While blasting our way to our first destination of Nar Shaddaa, Chad takes time to check up on his followers, beginning first with the recently converted Jedi Padawan, Jason Wilson.
What is on your mind, apprentice?
So much. I've only touched the dark side, and already I feel as though the galaxy is unfurling before me. There's so much to take in. And I'll admit, I'm a little uncertain about what it means to be Sith.
And Chad reminds her of the ways of the dark side to help her in her newly adopted role as our apprentice.
I spit on the Jedi way. The further I went with Nomen Karr, the more restricted I felt. All my life, I've felt kept and confined. Always wanting to watch what I say, treating emotion as the enemy. The dark side is my freedom. I'm going to express everything.
Is there anything you wish to express now?
I fart in a bath to pretend I'm in a jacuzzi.
With that disturbing revelation, we check in on the second member of our team, and Chad's personal favorite, the gun-slinging Twi'lek, Vet, who is dealing with some interesting feelings following the team's new promotion celebrations.
When I saw a taunt flirting with you, I don't know, it was weird.
Don't worry. No other Twi'lek in the galaxy can turn my head like you do.
I don't get it. Really?
No. Vet clearly does not know how to deal with these feelings, and Chad swiftly exits the awkward conversation to turn his attention to his new primary objective as we near Nar Shaddaa's orbit and close in on our target. Blasting down to the planet's surface, we make our way to the location of the meeting between the Imperial traitors and the General in our crosshairs.
General Gon, I'm happy to report that Jedi Knight Zarander has landed safely on Hoth. I saw to it personally.
You're a valuable asset to the Republic, Faust. Someday the rest of the Chiss will follow your lead.
The rabbit comes out of his hole. Nice to see my information was correct.
Men, we've got trouble. Rally around the General.
Protect our allies as well. I think I can guess who you are, Sith. For all of Darth Barris's covert manipulations, you have banged around the galaxy rather loudly.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Chad, without a second's thought, demolishes the Republic General, along with the traitorous Imperial scum that he was meeting with, and returns to our Collector's Edition golf ball-headed master, Darth Barris, to report the news, along with Barris's master, Darth Vengeance, in attendance.
My mightiest apprentice, my lord. and the killer of General Gon.
And clearly a dutiful minion who knows the meaning of respect. Rise, young one. I will send my destroyer to the fringe systems, and they will be mine before anyone is the wiser. The order is given, Barris. Enact Plan Zero. Vengeance out.
And with that, the order is given to enact Plan Zero, an order that covers the elimination of the Republic's top military leaders, and with it sparking the situation between the Republic and the Empire into an all-out war.
Looks like it's time for a bloodbath.
A fat cheeks bloodbath. I'm so hungover.
Things are about to get very interesting indeed. Barris orders our chiseled hero back to his ship, where he is briefed on our first destination of Taris, where there are incredibly 4 of the Republic's top generals, known as the War Trust, visiting the Republic's outposts on the planet. A perfect opportunity for Chad to begin his extermination mission with Plan Zero, and with the order given, shuttles down to the planet's surface to meet with his contact. On our way, we are pleasantly surprised encountering one of the planet's onboarding Imperial officers, who is clearly of Scottish origin.
The planet hasn't seen this much action since Darth Malik occupied it centuries ago.
And Chad takes a moment to appreciate the coming together of our troubled nations to band together as space bastards. Stepping out into the Imperial settlement on the planet, it is clear that the conflict is already sweeping across Taris, with ongoing fighting between the Republic and Imperial forces. And stopping off at a nearby encampment, it's not long before being such a towering, imposing figure of Sith destruction, we are propositioned to assist in the fighting by one Darth Gravis.
Care to lend your lightsaber to Taris's destruction?
Oop, he stopped. Sorry, sir. We've been experiencing issues with the holodeck. Just give it a kick.
This is a video response to Darthy B. I personally am a fan of Pinkie Pie.
Are you sick and tired of droids whizzing into the room when you're trying to have a wet?
I enjoy long walks in the park, and I am seeking the Princess Leia to my Luke. Oh god, actually that's weird.
Seek me out when the artillery's in pieces, and then we'll discuss your role in the greater conflict.
After completing our initial task of disabling a number of the Republic's artillery emplacements, we return to meet the Darth in person, and are also introduced to his apprentice, who clearly feels a little threatened by Chad's emanating power.
A fascinating story. Unfortunately, the true destroyer of the artillery stands before you. Fanavesh, meet the latest addition to my circle.
Hunt in my territory again and you're dead.
To which Chad, of course, is only making worse.
Go ahead. Let's see what you can do with that lightsaber.
That's it!
Save your anger, Fana.
Hushing his fuming apprentice, Darth Gravis looks to take down a Republic leader named Com Order, and tasks us with taking the initial swing at him by taking out a group of Cathar settlers the Republic have used to bolster their ranks. A task that pleases Chad, with a chance to flex his bastard muscles while decimating the Cathar ranks with ruthless efficiency, before returning to Darth Gravis to report his success, not before his hot-headed apprentice showing up once again, dragging with her a captured Republic soldier. Like a cat dragging a slain rat to her master. After some convincing, the prisoner provides some much-needed intel on the base of Com Order, and Darth Gravis gives us the green light to bring him down, whilst overlooking his apprentice for the task, who is far from pleased.
I've wasted enough time enslaved to you, Gravis. Enjoy your new pet.
Oh! Ooh, that fixed my back.
With the rogue apprentice storming ahead to our objective, there is no time to lose, and there is no choice but to face the one fear that Chad keeps deep within him, that being an uncontrollable fear of the land's fast travel system. Bravely, sweat pouring across his brow, he steps up to the station to board.
Whoa! Actually, it's not that bad. I knew it! Nothing can stop Galactichad and its absolute domination!
Just stick her over there.
Oh! God! Jesus! You know what? All things considered, it could have actually been more.
Chad eventually finds his way to the base of General Order, just in time to catch the apprentice already engaged in battle, during which she falls foul of a stun grenade, but is luckily saved by the walking destruction of Galactichad, just in the nick of time, with her being, of course, ever grateful.
You'd be dead if I hadn't shown up.
Delusions must help you sleep. Taris is crawling with Republic troops, and I'm ready to break bones. Goodbye, good riddance.
What unfolded following this was a number of stops to take out Republic equipment and assassinate a number of Republic allies on the planet, all the while being engaged in a constant pissing match with the rough apprentice, racing each other to targets, attempting to kill each other.
Hear that? It's the sweet sound of your death. I alerted Republic security to your location. Consider it a fun challenge between friends.
One of these days, I'm going to kill you.
Arguing like schoolchildren.
Your ego is overinflated.
To celebrate, a small reward.
Of course I got it all right. I am perfection.
Really, buddy? And screwing each other over.
Now, why don't you come over here? Let me out. I'm sure there's some way I can make it up to you.
Stay in there a while. Think about that attitude of yours.
I'm going to escape. And when I do, you better be long gone.
All leading to a meeting where, despite some of the Imperials getting distracted doing the Macarena, a plan is hatched to deliver a crippling blow to the Republic's presence on the planet, taking out Jedi Master Sirik and teaming up with the stress-infused former apprentice, battling our way to the Republic's base.
So, the Empire finally plays its last hand. Your mockery won't shake us.
But my lightsaber will.
Darth Gravis is amazingly predictable. This is a trap, and you walked right into it.
Trap or not, we crush all the remaining Republic forces to rid ourselves of yet another annoyance on the planet, with only one remaining.
You've outlived your usefulness, Thana.
You're good to go.
Oh no, Thana, you fell. Clumsy.
Basking in our already successful outing on Taris, we decide now to head over to meet Darth Barris's contact and hunt down the 4 generals of the Republic War Trust, with Chad choosing to travel in true luxury following his unfortunate blunder, being taxied around by his own personal chauffeur. Finally making it to our contact, we are introduced to Lieutenant Pierce, who, while clearly a fan of the Imperial pastime of playing Beat Saber in a sunbed, walks us through the plan to take down the 4 members of the War Trust as part of Plan Zero. First on the chopping block is General Frelka, a junior of the War Trust, who we track down to a worksite within one of the planet's caves.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You got all the soldiers. We ain't fighters, just miners.
With the site's workers, after some convincing, agreeing to activate the site's alarm to draw out the General.
The Republic don't pay me enough to get in your way. Believe me.
With such cooperative staff, Chad helps the bunch by helping them move some pesky heavy machinery.
No!
That makes my laugh.
The alarm does the trick, as after a short while the General and his henchmen appear.
Captain, attack pattern 077.
Men, fan out! 077! Be ready to engage! Wait for the General's order!
You'll find my elite troopers much more formidable than the guards and miners you massacred here, Sith. It's unfortunate you've discovered our plans, but no matter. The wheels are already in motion. Our new technology will deliver armed superiority to the Republic, and I'm ready to give my life to defend this installation.
We are in accordance. I'm ready to take your life.
Men, fight to the death!
There is not an attack formation in existence that can overpower our hero, as Chad destroys the General and his men, and with it, the first of the War Trust. But the General said something rather intriguing before his inevitable demise, and Chad searches through the facility's logs to uncover that the mining facility is collecting a powerful substance made up of the residue of millions of life forms. The Republic have seemingly found a way to process this substance into a powerful new energy source, but the full implications are still unknown. And with this in mind, we step away from the console, choosing to not initiate the self-destruct as originally planned, as there could be something truly valuable hidden within these mines after all. Moving on to our next target, General Minst. We track down what we assume is the man himself, but after promising not to murder him,
I agree to your terms.
This chap reveals that he is in fact a low-ranking soldier, posing as the General to waste our time. And the real General has been busy setting a self-destruct sequence to keep the Republic's findings out of Imperial hands, and the location the General now resides being the only safe place from the explosion.
It's already too late for you.
Sokonski Nulia.
Lol. Cutting down the decoy, however, does not change the fact that the place is set to blow, with the only safe space being behind a locked security door. Swiftly, Chad begins overwriting the door, with the deadly countdown edging ever closer.
Self-destruct in 60 seconds.
Vault code sequence initiated.
Sure hope that imposter was right, and that thing takes less than a minute.
With only seconds remaining, it does not look good for our dastardly duo, as Chad frantically punches in the override codes.
If there's something you want to say before the end, now's the time.
I just wish we'd had more time to be together.
Vault code sequence complete.
The reactor core will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Vault lock disarming.
4.
Vault door airlock releasing.
3.
Vault open.
Hurry inside.
Don't have to tell me twice.
With a fraction of time remaining, the two crack the door and hurry inside to safety from the blast, and with it end up face to face with the next target in our crosshairs. After extracting some more information around the Republic's work with this new substance, and their plans to create incredibly powerful weapons with it, Chad does what he does best, achieving another objective of Plan Zero. Whilst near-death experiences are a regular occurrence for Chad, Vet seems clearly a little shaken up, so whilst making our way to our next Republic target, Chad attempts to cheer up our companion by turning one of the defeated soldiers into a fashionable hat. On our way to our next destination, we are stopped by a rather excitable Imperial officer, who praises us for our efforts in taking down the rebellion on the planet.
It's brilliant, spectaceous, a surefire way to hit the Republic right where it hurts.
Did you just make up a word?
Making up words, what an idiot. For his constant bastardery. To discuss the Sith-tuation. If someone wasn't trying to constantly murder him for being a tricycle ballbag to everyone around him. Okay, shut up. Reaching the third of our 4 targets, we get a glance at the type of weaponry the Republic are crafting from this powerful material, with General Durant here wielding a blaster infused with it, in an attempt to stop our towering Sith, which goes about as well for him as you may have come to expect. With only a single target remaining, we get a call from Lieutenant Pierce.
I'm in a medevac transport. Arriving back at base. Needed to tap you.
Good Lord, Pierce, we've only just met. Patching through to Lego Terminator, we are informed that our remaining target, General Ferrer, has bunkered down with a huge number of forces to protect him from the unrelenting destruction of Chad's power, with Barris calling all of our team together to plan the attack. Be honest, Barris. How many times have you sneezed in your helmet and then just had to sit in there with it?
Who would ask such a stupid question? Daily!
Scuffed Josh Drive Hayes runs us through the plan of a full frontal assault on the General's base, tasking each member of the group with their own objectives to fulfill.
What do these strikes entail?
The details will be forthcoming, Apprentice, but I do not need to hear them.
I have a spin class. What? It's water weight.
With a plan in place, we battle our way to the Republic's facility, all the way to the General, who has some final tricks up his sleeve.
It's time for you to join the rest of the War Trust, Ferrer.
Quite the contrary. After you took down my fellows, I knew my only chance was to delay you. And my gambit has paid off. I bought enough time for my technicians to solve how to stabilize Seantide cells of any kind. The future is upon us, Sith, and you have the privilege of bearing witness.
Enemy sighted. Weapon systems targeted and locked.
You're quite a showman, Ferrer.
This is nothing. Seantide technology increases the strength of whatever it powers tenfold. The Republic fleet and arsenal will make your weapons obsolete. The Empire will have no choice but to surrender, which you should do now.
How about eye attack instead?
Engaging all weapons.
But it is ultimately for naught, as we crush his droid, leading to the man attempting to run like a coward.
I wish I could sit around and discuss where I went wrong, but a good leader always has an exit strategy.
Not so fast, General. I thought you might try to run.
I can always count on you, Quinn.
I surrender. I expect to be afforded the treatment promised to prisoners in the Treaty of Coruscant.
No!
Chad wastes no time extinguishing the light from the remaining General on Taris.
You're not my prisoner. You're my victim.
Nice to see generals scream when they die, just like anyone else.
And we are pleasantly surprised by an offer from the ski holiday enthusiast lieutenant to join our ranks. And after LEGO Terminator's praise on a job well done, we are given our order to next travel to Quesh to continue enacting Plan Zero. But before we check in on the others in our ranks, beginning with Vet, who after her revelation on Taris feels awkward around Chad.
You've got a serious look in your eye.
First time for everything.
Agreed.
Okay, so I've been thinking about you. About me. About all of that. You're a super powerful Sith Lord who can have anything he wants. I'm a former slave and a thief. And you chose me? Seriously?
You're beautiful, charming, sometimes crazy, and always exciting. What man wouldn't choose you?
Yes. Speechless. To be continued.
We also take a moment to catch up with Jaisa, who has concerns over our actions during our promotion celebrations.
Master, remember the last Imperial port we were docked at? Because I don't. I think I partied a little too hard there. I vaguely recall an Imperial soldier. I think he and I, got to know each other? Either that or I might have killed him. Or both, maybe. It's fuzzy.
As well as some odd nightmares she's been having.
I'm wearing the plain robe of the Jedi. When I wake up, I giggle like a small girl.
I'd like to see that.
In your presence, that giggle would be a full-bodied laugh.
If you find yourself enjoying the adventures of Galactichad, please consider helping me get it out to as many of you beautiful people as possible by dropping a like on the video and letting me know your thoughts down in the comments. There's a whole host more RPG and MMO greatness to come, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an upload. With Plan Zero in full swing, we begin our descent to our next destination of Quesh to continue our reign of terror over the Republic's military leaders, with this chemical-infused planet being a key location for the Empire's dominion. A fact clearly known by Chad, with him getting a little overeager to start the show.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Tracking down LEGO Terminator's first target, we find out that the Admiral is already working as a spy for the Empire, but that matters not when Plan Zero calls for his termination.
All that matters is that I've been ordered to kill you.
Men, we've been betrayed. Fight for your lives!
As the Admiral speaks his final words, he sends Chad a chilling warning about the dangers of working with Darth Barrows.
No one's safe with Barrows. Not even you.
If he tries to betray me, he's in for a big surprise.
So naive. You're nothing. Nothing compared to him.
With our Plan Zero target on the planet taken care of, we stop by at the planet's Imperial base of operations and are immediately propositioned by a group of officers stationed there, all standing in a row like the universe's most confusing boy band, with Chad of course needing to assert his dominance.
This operation's under control. We don't need Sith running wild down here.
There's more power in my fist than in your entire army.
The officers inform us that the Republic have a large number of mining operations on the planet and have the expertise to refine the resources extracted into high-grade adrenals, something that we cannot let stand.
Our next move is to hit the Republic again. Hard.
I don't know. I think I saw him running off towards Kakariko village. But there is far more to the Republic's presence on Quesh, as we are informed that 3 of the local Hutt families tied to the cartel are secretly aiding the Republic in their endeavors. In an attempt to make amends, the cartel has sent a deceptively speedy Grag, one of the cartel's leaders, to discuss how to punish these families along with the Republic, beginning with a mission to dispose of the Republic's scientists working on the adrenal production.
Scientists chose the wrong day to show up for work.
And no time is spared, smashing into the labs and laying waste to the staff within, including the facility's head scientist, who although respected in the scientific field, also happens to be a bit of a Returning to report in, we are informed that the time is right to take the fight to the 3 Hutt cartel families and take them out, with Chad worrying slightly that this is all getting a little too personal for the Empire.
It's not personal, son. It's strictly business.
The plan is made to assault the Hutt's compound with brute force and deliver some Sith justice to the heads of the families, smashing through their defenses and making our way to the inner sanctum, where naturally multiple Hutt's pants are cramped, with one leader hiding themselves away behind a force field, turning himself into a strange art exhibit of the dangers of too much Krispy Kreme. The Hutt family leader summons his security forces. That prompts a deadly stare from our hero Chad that for some reason involves his nipples. And we get to work dismantling his security detail, an accompanying cameo from a Nightmare Fuel Rob the Robot. Following his victory, Chad turns the Hutt's force field inwards, overloading it and blasting the slimy fool within.
Oh, that's what that is.
With one down, we quickly clean up the other family leader with our dark side might, choking the life out of the Hutt, who could really do with playing dead for a little longer when attempting it.
Vet. I'm Chadder the Butt.
You are so weird.
But we hardly have time for fun and games, as I count only 2 of the 3 family leaders. Reporting in, we are told that the remaining Hutt has escaped and teamed up with a powerful Jedi Master to protect him, because it wouldn't feel the same if we didn't get to slap about some Jedi scum while taking care of business. That's of course providing that you don't want to get in on this, Michael?
My offer is this. Nothing.
Tracking down the pair takes no time at all, as we close in on the remaining Hutt.
Your strength is impressive, Sith, but no amount of power will take Quesh from the Republic. True Jedi need only the Force.
Like so many before him, even with the Force and the light side, the Jedi Master is no match for our hero.
Watch your step, Jedi.
With the Jedi now the soup of the day, Chad cleans up the final loose ends. With the Republic's scheming extinguished on Quesh, our attention returns back to Plan Zero, as we return to our ship to report in with Lego Terminator, who we have a bone to pick with him not informing us of his relationship with the now deceased Republic general we dealt with when first landing on the planet.
Figured it out, did you? Yes, apprentice. Admiral Monk was my minion, and I orchestrated the ambush and Darth Vengean's blunder. Don't let this newfound knowledge confuse you.
Tell me you're not actually working for the Republic.
That is most amusing. No, apprentice, I am most decidedly not with the Republic.
With one eye on our spherical-headed master, we are given our next destination to continue Plan Zero and take out the final target, located on Hoth. Before heading off, we again take some time to check in with Vet.
Sometimes I think it's just better to be born male.
Uh-oh.
I keep thinking of Tiva, my sister.
Oh, thank God.
She wasn't strong enough to work in the mines, but she got more beautiful every year.
Vet asks Chad if she would be allowed to run some searches to find her lost family members. Hitting Chad in the last morsels of his emotions, he agrees, and she sets to work tracking them down. After a lengthy journey, Chad and the gang finally arrive in the orbit above the ice planet Hoth, and gather for the briefing from our master Darth Barris.
Now that Admiral Monk and the War Trust have fallen to your might, all that remains is Jedi Knight Zerinder. Zerinder has dedicated himself to the Republic like no other. He's led our enemies to many cunning victories.
A proper little tit.
Our final target, Jedi Knight Zerinder, has come to the planet, bringing with him his elite special ops to seek out a secret superweapon lost in a wreckage from a crashed airship from the war. We are given our contact Commander Lankan, and Chad prepares himself for further domination, with his team not seeming as keen about the assignment before them.
Back in the day, I managed to escape assignment here. It chills my bones just to be in orbit above this frigid planet.
Yeah, you should leave me on the ship. I think I'm fighting off a cold.
But Chad is made of sterner stuff, and will not let deadly frostbite stop him, so donning a suitable set of armor makes his way down to the snow-tipped surface, and excitedly takes the elevator up from the Imperial compound, primed for an epic slow-walk entrance to impress all the locals, which he epically fails at, mistiming the lift. Oh, Vet, you always know how to cheer me up. Checking in with the local authorities, we are informed that the command of the base has recently changed due to the previous commander going missing, and the 2 now ranking officers request us to attempt to track him down out in the Hoth ice caps. And with that, the rescue mission begins, heading out into the planet's surface, only getting a few steps in before being called over by another Imperial.
Nothing but a bunch of namby-pamby cowards on this frozen rock. Think I like hearing my teeth chatter and knees knock, my sweat freeze and breath blind me.
Okay, even as a British man myself, this is a bit much.
This is why everyone thinks we're like Mary Poppins.
The angry Mancoon-owning sergeant requests us to seek out an access card to jam some Republic relays, and we reluctantly agree, providing for his sake that he seeks out an interpreter. Mounting up to head off, we are stunned as one of Hoth's fabled ice spectres appears, eerily gliding across the planet's ice. Either that or of course it could always be a local inhabitant, simply taking the entire planet for its afternoon walkies. Thoroughly introducing ourselves on the planet, we smash up some of the nearby Republic fools for the keycard requested, and make our way to the ice cave that the Imperial commander was last seen, meeting the remnants of his attackers while working through the tunnels to the commander, who has unfortunately fallen on hard times, being dead and frozen solid face down in the floor. On our way back, we stop back in with Charles Dickens, and hand over our keycard for some Imperial bonus points.
Done great. Got the activation signal from the Republic data relay, and we're already jamming their comm. Thanks to you, things are getting hot round here.
If I were you, I'd be incredibly careful saying things like that around Chad, and return back to report our findings around the commander's fate.
I found Colonel Vanis. He was dead, murdered by Republic Tals.
Tals. That would make sense.
The group discusses options of how to deal with the local Tals forces, aligned with the Republic, by either taking out their tech or destroying them outright.
Killing is reliable. Technology isn't.
That sounds like a lesson gleaned from a life far more interesting than mine.
Well, that's one way to put it. To begin, a thinning of the beast's numbers are required, with Chad bobsledding across the ice caps, ransacking the Tals' encampments, and mowing down all that stand in his way. Next on the chopping block are the Tals' resources on the planet, smashing them to smithereens before returning triumphantly.
It is done. Everything that Tals owns is burnt or broken.
Good. They will have no choice but to strike, and we are ready for them.
Our actions, however, have not been without a response from the Tals, as they have initiated an attack on the Imperial power station to cut off the heat to the Imperial armies, in an attempt to freeze them to death. In a race against the clock, we barrel our way to the ongoing Tals assault, and swiftly deliver some eye-opening destruction to the Tals, not before being stopped by one of their own sergeants, who has some choice words for our hero Chad.
I don't listen to anyone who plants bombs in my power station.
And I especially don't listen to something that looks like the outcome of an onion having a hot and steamy night with a bowling ball. Without a second's pause, the Tals champion is cut down, just in time for our Imperial friends to jump down from their poorly hidden hiding spot in the facility's upper floors. We are congratulated for a job well done, and whilst returning to our tasks, Vet makes a request to speak to Chad in private to catch up, and for a chance, at least temporarily, to get out of the biting chill of planet Hoth. Returning to the ship, we make our way to Vet's quarters, who is apparently ready for us, wearing her patented relaying important information outfit.
You wanted to talk?
I did it! Maybe you didn't think I could, but I did. A Kubas tracker named Krata found my sister Tiva. Found where she worked, even the name of her boss. She's on Nar Shaddaa. Can you believe that? Krata wouldn't tell me anymore until I paid him, but he found her.
No time like the present?
You are the best.
With her sister finally tracked down, the pair make their way to Nar Shaddaa for a most important mission. Rushing over to the planet's surface and even braving another incident with the fast travel service, we rush as fast as we can to the most pressing of tasks. That, of course, to boogie down with a tiny furry alien organ player someone told us about while exploring Taris. While we're in the area, Chad decides to stop by the location that Vet suspects her sister may be residing.
Yeah, cute thing? You looking for work?
I would look fantastic in your outfit. Am I hired?
Oh, for God's sake, Chad.
We're not really that kind of place. Tried it. Didn't work out.
Okay, now I'm curious.
We're not here for a job. We're looking for my sister, Tiva.
Ah, of course. I guess everyone has somebody that loves them. Tiva!
No women, no couples, and no, I don't want to hear any argument.
Tiva?
Let's step back a second and talk about that no couples policy.
Shut up, please. Crazy Sith channel turned to mute.
Sena? What the? You're alive?
Despite my best efforts. This is my friend. He's, a Sith Lord.
I'm going to need to have Jacer start coming along to announce me.
Ignore him. Sith are apparently more ridiculous than you'd think. So I'm guessing this wasn't a voluntary, career move.
I've been working here 2 years and it's killing me. I kept thinking I'd get sold again, but I'm too old. Sena, you have to get me out of here.
Wow. Okay. Big favor. Can you buy my sister's freedom?
Let me sample the wares. Make sure she's worth the asking price.
Please tell me this is the worst joke attempt ever.
Chad contemplates the request carefully, and in a rare showing of compassion, pays for Vet's sister's freedom. And as Vet walks back to the ship, she wonders if she could turn Chad into a respectable man after all. After quickly explaining that Vet's sister had to catch a cab, we once again turn our attention back to the primary objective here on Hoth, the remaining target of Plan Zero, the Jedi Master Zarander. Attempting to seek out our contact, Commander Lanklin, we are instead met by his teleportation-infused second-in-command.
I seek Commander Lanklin.
Who reveals that the Empire are continuing their habit of treating their high-ranking officers like a spare set of car keys, losing Commander Lanklin out in the wilderness. We are provided with the coordinates of the commander's last location, which just so happens to be in hostile pirate territory, which Chad is all too happy to carve a path through. To a nice surprise, as the pirate inhabitants keep with them some rather strange-looking tamed beasts, that when struck give the feeling of slapping about a cuddly toy stuffed full of trumpets. Deep into the pirate caves, we find the Imperial Commander, who reveals that our target Jedi Knight Zarander has been given command of the indigenous Tals, an assignment that looks to aid him in his tracking down of a powerful weapon hidden on the planet.
So, you know nothing of Zarander's mission or destination?
Well, I suppose practically speaking, that is the case. I can tell you this. If Zarander's been given command of the Tals, this weapon he's after must be supremely important. I know where the Tals' headquarters is located. Maybe you can force one of them to confess what Zarander's after.
I suppose that will have to suffice.
I wish there was more I could do. I hope this lead makes up for my blunder. I'll rendezvous with you at the outpost in the next sector, and we can update Lord Barris.
So the plot thickens as we head over to the last known location of the Tal's Commando Corps to find a curious sight, that of a clearly quite troubled Jedi Padawan.
Everywhere I turn, the monster appears. Why do you torment me? I'm not part of your vendetta. What? A Sith? First Zarander abandons me. Now this?
Your name, Jedi, and your connection to Zarander, now.
I am Zarander's errand boy. The one he leaves behind to die. At least a Sith I can see and fight straight up. I won't be assassinated in the dark like these poor Tals. My master would tell me not to attack, but he's not here. Defend yourself, Sith!
The shock must have impacted the Jedi's mind indeed, as he looks to tussle with our hero, with Chad showing his disrespect by not even bothering to draw his weapon, instead choosing to fire Vet out of his arse in disgust once more, and slap the poor fool silly until he submits.
Go ahead and kill me. I didn't want to die at the hands of the beast anyway.
Why don't you explain to me what you're talking about?
The Tals warned my master about Brunmark. He's a savage Tal seeking revenge on Fitzellan and the others for ousting him. But did Zarander care? No. Now Brunmark's in here somewhere, murdering... Wait! Did you hear that? No. He's...
And just like that, we're introduced to just what had the Padawan in such a fluster. A Tal's assassin named Brunmark, who explains that our target Zarander is working with his former Tal's leader, Fitzellan, a leader who has betrayed him, and that he now hunts down along with Zarander for revenge. The Tal's threatens us to not interfere by going after the Jedi, whilst I believe giving us a dose of blue steel, which gets the reaction you would expect from our chiseled hero, devolving into a beatdown to show the Tals who is the superior assassin around. But Brunmark is noble in defeat and updates us with what he has uncovered so far. Interestingly, Jedi Master Zarander is not after a weapon after all, but another Jedi, a lost leader named Master Waylet. And quick as a flash, the Tals recloaks, disappearing into the caves once more. Heading back to report in the shocking revelation, we happen upon Lego Terminator throwing a tantrum over Jedi Zarender, who has seemingly hijacked his frequency. One can only assume to continue to argue over who has the more poofy shoulder pads.
I've tapped your communications and can anticipate your every move. As Commander Lanklin knows firsthand, the Talls keep me one step ahead of even you.
I've never seen you speechless, Master.
I have. If only I'd taken the opportunity to shut him up permanently. I'm not here for a reunion, Barriss. The last time we met, you were left drained and weaponless. This time you won't be so lucky.
Darth Barriss, clearly a bit butthurt, takes his anger out on the Imperial in charge of the communications, and we fill Barriss in on what we have learned from the Tal's assassin.
Apprentice, you better have good news for me.
Save your strong-arm tactics for the grunts. The lost superweapon Zarender seeks is actually a Jedi Master named Violet.
Ah, Master Violet. Now I understand why Zarender would risk exposure. Before his capture during the war, Violet was among the Jedi's most powerful masters. The ship transporting him to me was destroyed in a fierce space battle in this system. I assumed he'd perished, but...
Apparently, the great Darth Barriss is not immune to blunders himself.
All beings blunder. I have survived my mistakes. Will you? During the war, Zarender was Master Violet's Padawan. We battled. Violet took my lightsaber and used it from then on. If Violet is on Hoth, so is my blade. I will concentrate to locate it. Yes, there. Coordinates sent, Commander. Now go, Apprentice. Find the lightsaber and the Jedi.
My lord, the area indicated is an uncharted quadrant where black marketeers are said to operate. What will you have me do while you're away?
Dispose of Lanklin's body, Commander.
And you better hurry up, because it looks like he's getting away. Well, well, well. Jedi Zarender and our Master's blade await, and Chad can't help but feel a little torn considering whether to kill the man or simply shake his hand. But knowing Star Wars, there's a high probability it might fall off. Closing in on the location of the blade, we happen upon a group of Tals in the middle of attempting to sell the lightsaber. It looks like we made it here just in time.
Looks like it's time for a bloodbath.
Following another victory, the Tal's assassin Brumark reappears with another warning to stay out of his way, and providing the location of where Zarender is heading to find the other Jedi Master he seeks. Carving a path through the waves of Tolls protecting the site, we run into Fetzelin, the Tals that our assassin friend has been hunting down. Quite the coincidence. And they don't stop there, as Brumark uncloaks right then and there, and runs over to engage his former leader, only to get slapped around and completely owned. And just when it appears that the superior hairy bowling ball has been crowned, Brumark returns to his feet, charging forward to deliver a swift kick to the bollocks from behind, sealing his victory. With such a diabolical show, Chad cannot miss the opportunity to recruit the Tals for his final assault on the Jedi Master.
My eyes are still adjusting, but I have no trouble recognizing you, brave Zarender. I have fed off the Force, and have great insights to impart.
This should be good. I can't wait to hear it.
What's this? I sense a presence. Barriss.
Indeed. This is Darth Barriss's apprentice, come to stop me from returning you to your command. Conserve your strength, Master. My men and I will dispatch this interloper.
It's useless to defy me.
Strong words from someone so drastically outnumbered.
Outnumbered or not, Chad and the Tals make quick work of the Jedi's men, before finally bringing down Zarender himself, beating him down so badly that his eyes close while already being closed. Master Violet speaks of not returning to the Republic, and appeals to Chad to leave him and Zarender to begin a new life, founded on his realizations he came to while buried on Hoth. However, all of this is just noise to our relentless hero. With another victory secured, Chad rushes through the now crumbling cabins to report back with his master, who is most pleased.
Apprentice, you are looking at a very pleased man. Admiral Monk destroyed. The War Trust, no more. Plan Zero is complete.
With Plan Zero complete, Chad makes his way down to the surface of Drummond Cos to speak to his master in person. With such a summons after all that has transpired, it's no surprise that once we reach our master, he reveals one of the biggest revelations yet.
There is no time to waste, Apprentice. Listen up. Plan Zero was always my desire. I've been whispering in my master Darth Vengean's ear for years. Inciting full-scale war was but one goal. The other was the downfall of Darth Vengean, so that I may ascend to his seat.
Making an enemy of a Dark Council member isn't the wisest thing.
I have patiently waited and carefully set the stage. The Council doesn't appreciate being undermined. They're all but calling for Vengean's head. A strike against him now would be met with universal support. How would you like to face off against one of the 12 most powerful Sith in the galaxy?
Our dastardly master has secretly had his master's apprentice, Lord Drog, in his pocket this whole time, and LEGO Terminator's master has uncovered this, leading to Drog's imprisonment. Barriss tasks us with releasing this apprentice, then taking out none other than his master Darth Vengean. A monumental task lies before us, but with monumental returns for Chad, if he can overcome this mighty foe. A true test of Chad's might unfolds, as we battle through Lord Vengean's halls, taking out his Sith protectors, breaking out and resuscitating Lord Drog, and leading to Chad's most deadly adversary by far.
Ah! The apprentices of Darth Barriss. Drog, I will enjoy bleeding you anew. And you. Before you arrived, Barriss was but a bit player. He would be nowhere without you.
You only think that because he wanted you to. Barriss has been pulling your strings all along.
He has you snowed. It sickens me. Your master doesn't deserve you. He's a coward, pushing buttons from the darkness. You and I are people of action.
Sounds like you want to forge an alliance with me.
No, that hadn't crossed my mind. I can handle Barriss on my own. Still, it tickles me to imagine your master's expression if I came at him with you by my side.
Ha! Why would anyone leave Barriss for someone he's so easily duped? So easily exposed?
Enough of you! No, I will show everyone what it means to cross me. Barriss and everything with his stink must perish.
You've been with Barriss the longest, so you stink the most.
You both die now!
Chad locks sabers with the Sith Lord in an epic battle to the death, while Drog hangs around at the back, essentially becoming decoration at this point. Chad reaches deep within himself and shows Vengean the true power of the Empire's new, most powerful Sith Lord. With Vengean destroyed and his Padawan now serving under Barriss, Chad reminds him who is the top dog.
Keep your ambition in check, Drog. I'd hate to end your tenure with us prematurely.
I have no plan nor desire to disturb the hierarchy.
And we return to our master with the news.
Look upon me, apprentice. You have never seen me so pleased. And look around these chambers one last time, the humble trappings of yesterday. With our dismantling of Darth Vengean complete, I assume his seat on the Dark Council and return to Korribanj. Now that I'm on the Dark Council, we are perfectly positioned to bring the Republic to its knees, to shape the galaxy as we wish. Go and enjoy this victory, my apprentices, but be ready for my call. I will not sit idle long.
With Plan Zero complete, and now a shot at the Dark Council, Galactichad has risen to new heights, and with it his capacity to tighten his grip around the galaxy, and one step further forward in becoming the most powerful Sith ever known. With the next chapter in this journey looking like it will be an absolute roller coaster of bastardery and Chad domination. Let me know if you'd like to see the final act of this journey by dropping a like on the video, and letting me know your thoughts down in the comments. But for now, Chad will retire back to his quarters to think on his connection with the Force, but hopefully this time for a little more than 34 seconds.
Jesus, calm down!
Oh dear Lord, what have I done?